Hello. I come before you to ask that this coming November you ignore the pundits and do your own research. Find a candidate that will represent you and your beliefs best. I don't want you to allow race, gender, or religious beliefs to in any way, shape, or form influence your decision-making process. What I ask is for each and every one of you to carefully deliberate on which of the candidates left standing before you best represents positive change. First for you personally, then for the nation as a whole. I want you to acquaint yourself with all the remaining hopefuls. I want you to understand the positions and promises being made. You cannot treat this election lightly. I want you to fully understand that if drastic measures are not put into effect rapidly, this once great nation will sink into an abyss of irreparable failure. The current administration has left our country mired in an unconstitutional war that is bankrupting us. They've taken away our civil liberties in hopes that we will never again have to face the horrors and atrocities perpetrated by enemies of freedom. We as a whole need to come to the realization that, as Franklin Delano Roosevelt stated 75 years ago on March 4th, the only thing we have to fear is fear itself. We cannot allow ourselves to be terrorized. We must learn an extremely important lesson from the last 7 years that absolutely must not be forgotten, the way the atrocities of World War II must never leave the minds of all of civilized society. We can never again allow peddlers of terror to suspend our civil liberties in the name of safety. For those who are willing to part with freedom in the name of security are entitled to neither. We are right smack dab in the middle of the one thing nearly every candidate has denied right up until this very moment. That, of course, is the fact that we are currently in a large-scale recession that will more likely than not guarantee us a greater depression. For months we've been told that despite every single economic indicator pointing at a downturn of epic proportions, that everything is fine. There's no need to worry, and if you don't believe us, look at the stock market. Well, now that the bottom has fallen out of the market, and the Fed is cutting interest rates like a teenage goth trying to prove they're the most hardcore of the bunch, what is left to perpetuate this lie? Nothing. But that doesn't stop the Democrats or Republicans, aside from Ron Paul, from going on television and denying that there are any problems that can't be fixed by a tax rebate. I don't know about you, but $300 is about $300 less than it takes me to fuel my truck for a month. So how is that really going to help me out? Big deal. I can get gas for 2 weeks. Then what? We need to end this war. We need to close our overseas bases. We need to cut all spending. We need to round up and deport all illegal aliens and rescind and retroactively remove the right of children of illegals born on American soil the privilege of citizenship. We need to go back to the gold standard and rid ourselves of the Fed. We need to scrap the Patriot Act. We need to sue the telecom companies that were willing accomplices to unwarranted, unconstitutional, illegal wiretaps. We need to legalize drugs, all drugs, and in the process open up avenues of revenue for farmers by allowing the production of hemp. This will also effectively end gangs and organized crime by taking away their main source of income. We need to purge this nation of lobbyists. We need to end corporate and social welfare. We need to end Social Security in a way that those that are currently or soon to be on the rolls will be protected. But anyone under 40 will never be made to pay in again and will no longer be enrolled in the Social Security program. We need to rid ourselves of the IRS. We need to hold the CIA and NSA accountable for their treasonous actions against their own brothers and sisters, mothers and fathers, sons and daughters. We need change. We need truth. We need both a quick fix and a long-term change of direction. I hope to one day play a larger role in this process. Until then, vote for Ron Paul. Not because I'm asking you to, not because I'm telling you to, but because you know in your heart, in your gut, and in your mind that every other candidate represents one thing: status quo by any means necessary. I'm Jared Ollinger, and I thank you for your time.